Okay, there we are. Looks like we're live. Hello, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone out there in viewing land and on my screen. Happy Love Day. Thank you for being here. So, we're going to talk about love tonight. And I wanted to start with who is St. Valentine anyway? Because I don't know who he is. And Nicole helped me find some information on him. And so we'll talk a little bit about him. Hey, Michael. Hi, Christine. And then we'll talk about, I think it'd be fun to talk about soulmates and twin flames and that type of thing and what our view is of that and relationships, all that fun stuff. All right. So who is St. Valentine? Let's see here. Who is thought to be St. Valentine? Apparently he was a what was he, a priest, a bishop?
Yeah,
Roman Catholic bishop. Okay, who was martyred on February 14th for performing marriages when he was not supposed to. He was killed by the Roman emperor. So I guess they weren't allowed to perform marriages during that time. It was, when was it? Like not long after Christ died. Here it is, 269 AD. He was martyred on February 14th, AD 269. The feast of St. Valentine, also known as St. Valentine's Day, was established by Pope Gelasius in AD 496 to be celebrated on February 14th in honor of the Christian martyr. Okay. He is remembered in the Church of England. So apparently he was performing marriages when the Romans told him not to. Yeah. Interesting. So he was all about love. And of course, the card companies and everything else, they Hallmark and jumped on that opportunity. So, and here we are today.
Yeah.
Right? Celebrating love. So let's go around the room and introduce ourselves. For those who don't know me, I am Sharon Sananda Kumara. Welcome to Ascension Gateway. And this channel is all about love and moving into that frequency, the heart frequency, and doing that so that we can ascend. Well, we're always ascending, no matter where we are. We're still ascending. And I am so blessed to be able to get to know so many amazing people. And then we come here and talk about really cool stuff. And I live in the Portland, Oregon area. I have a practice as a psychic medium. I teach classes, that metaphysical classes also, to help people on this journey. So, and also do everything online as well. So that's a little bit about me. Diane, do you mind going next? I see you on the screen next. Just sharing a little bit about yourself. Diane. You're muted, Diane. Oh, okay. We'll wait till you get. We'll go on until when you get your mute off. Robin, do you mind going next?
Nope. My name is Robin Hyatt. I have a YouTube YouTube channel called The Blue Star, Robin Hyatt, The Blue Star. I am a psychic medium and a channeler on my YouTube channel. And I'm an author and an artist. And what else am I, Sharon?
All kinds of things.
I am a few things. And my twin, Michael, we're talking about twin souls. He's my twin soul friend. And we're working right now on some oracle cards. It's a dream of mine to do oracle cards. So I'm actually channeling each card, and it's going to be upright and reverse. So it'll be something you've attained or a lesson you need to learn. So I'm doing 44 channelings times 2 for each card, and he's doing the pictures of it. So I think it's going to be super awesome. I'm very excited. And I have my first class I'm doing tomorrow on Zoom. Yeah, so I think that it'll turn out really good. I'm worked really a lot on it, and he's going to be working on it too for some slides. And so we're going to have a real fun presentation.
Nice. And
Yeah.
I have Robin's second book here, The Power of the Benevolent. Her first book, The Benevolent. Amazing books. I'm still reading this one, and I mean, amazing, just amazing stuff. She's an amazing channel. Amazing, amazing, amazing.
Yeah, and the books are channeled. Yeah, they're all channeled
They're
species.
channeled
Yeah.
from different
Yeah.
different
You have to have
expressions.
a very open mind on this book, but it has a really good message to it too.
So Kim, you're next with your book.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. So thank you for having me, Sharon. It's great to see you again. And some of you are new, but I'm sure we'll get to see each other again. So I am, let's see here, currently living in Texas. I am also a medium, and I have a YouTube channel, and I do readings, one-on-one readings. I also do angel readings on group, and I do, guided meditations. I have, let's see, what else? Oh, I teach classes online mostly. And I'm doing a retreat in Mount Shasta coming up pretty soon.
Oh,
And
nice.
working on a book. I still very slow, Sharon, but it's coming. So yeah, and I just thank you for having me. And
Of
I
course.
have to say, so I just drew a card on the Mary Magdalene deck,
Oh, nice.
and when I opened it up, and I didn't even realize this, I opened it and it says, "Love has already won." Isn't
Perfect.
that? Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. Nicole.
Hi, Sharon. Thank you for having me. My name is Nicole. I live in Virginia. I am also a psychic medium. I also do animal communication as well as spiritual guidance and healing. I live in Virginia, and my website is NicoleTheDivineOracle.com, and that's pretty much me.
Oh, there's a lot more, I'm sure, but
Yeah.
Thank you, Nicole. Good to
Thank
see
you.
you. Yeah. Diane, did you get your mute fixed, turned off? That's not good sign language. Sorry.
Just you have to leave and maybe come back in.
Oh, yes. Okay, gotcha. Thank you, Nicole.
I do very well at reading lips. That's another gift.
Okay. All right. While we're waiting for Diane, there she is. Okay. Darn.
I know, like on mine, for a short key, if you press the letter M, it'll mute you. Maybe it'll unmute you. No? Is it a volume thing?
There's a little.
Okay. Just going to try again.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. I know what that's like. Yeah, so I brought my romance and love cards too for our readings, card readings. And Nicole, you have your
I have
love.
my love oracle cards.
Nice.
Yeah, little hearts.
Cool. All right. Yeah, while we wait for Diane, let's just chat. So I wanted to talk about the soulmate and twin flame relationship and what, get everyone's take on that, what their opinion is, or what they feel it's all about. I get this question a lot, and I'm going to share what I feel it is. Okay, then I'll ask everyone to share what they feel. If you have any insights on it or what you think it is or feel it is. Christina, I love love. Yes, totally. Yes, we are love, right? All right. So what I understand, this is what Sananda helped me with 20 something years ago, I believe, is that when we drop down in frequency from source, we uh, experience we became experience duality, masculine and feminine, as we call it. That would be perhaps what we might call a twin ray, divine complement, really, really high vibrational aspects of the masculine and feminine, super, super intense. And as we drop down even more, moving away from source, I see sources like the sun, and the rays spreading out from the sun is as we drop down in frequency. We move through the rings of source and as we move, I mean, it's kind of infinite. As we move through the rings, we move farther and farther down the outer rings of the sun or source, and we have different personalities that we experience, maybe romantic relationships with, or any kind of family relationship with, because we have soul groups, right? That we have been brother, sister, romantic partners, mother, father, all that kind of thing as well. So I kind of feel like we're probably in 3D, we're almost on the outer rim of the source because it's so dense here. And as we move up in frequency, we become closer and closer and higher uh, to what we might call a twin flame as we move higher and higher in frequency. And it becomes more intense and more volatile, I guess you could say, if the person we're with on a romantic level doesn't, if we're not working on our stuff, right? If we're not healing together or haven't healed our stuff, or we have stuff that we haven't gone through healed. Soulmates, I feel, are people that we choose to have relationships with, romantic or other, um, to learn lessons from, to experience life, to help each other, that type of thing. And we can have a very intense soulmate relationship with someone, even like an animal or something would be like a very close relationship with an animal that we have a a relationship with, that we've spent a lot of lifetimes with. So that's how I see soulmates. And then we move up, and if we move up in frequency closer and closer to in a romantic way, to closer to the twin flame, which would be more intense, higher and higher in frequency, then we move closer and closer to an area of having, rather than having we experience soul group relationships, we experience more of a masculine and divine masculine and feminine romantic, I guess you could call it, where we mirror each other, but we still have separate personalities, but we're still mirroring, our souls are mirroring each other. Does that make sense? Am I making any sense? There's just different terms, as I learned, different terms as we drop down in frequency for how we vibrate at the frequency of coming in contact or attracting attracting the opposite sex or whoever we are in a romantic relationship with, whether it be a soulmate, a twin flame, divine complement, whatever we want to call it. Because a lot of times we get in relationships where they're just like us, right? And so it becomes volatile, perhaps because we haven't healed what we see in the other person.
A mirror,
A mirror, yeah,
a mirror. Yeah.
right, yeah. So that's kind of a little bit of a synopsis of what I understand. And some people don't have their twin flame here on this in this plane. They're or what I call a twin flame. They're on the other side helping, and vice versa. I believe we may stay on the other side too in certain lifetimes and help someone who might be a twin flame here in this life. We might probably have done that too. So that's my take on it a little bit. Oh,
Can I share some, can I share something?
please, next. Yes.
So this I found online. It's signs that you've met your twin soul already. And so I'm just going to go through this because I thought it was pretty cool. It says you feel an extreme pull towards another. You can always overcome challenges with that person. The world seems different when you're around that person. It just kind of seems different place. And you keep coming back to that same person, it says. And you complement each other. And I think that's a kind of a key, is to complement each other. And I really think that's the goal of relationships, even though they're hard, is that we're meant to complement each other. Man, woman, however you deem your relationship. I think that's a good goal to have. Another one, you are more than lovers or friends, that you go beyond that stereotypical thing. You experience heightened emotions with that person, and you feel an instant connection. And since I have a twin soul and we're just best friends, it's kind of like we're cut from the same cloth. I've never had a relationship like that, where it's a person that is just like me, you know, and he's a giving, caring person, and I just felt we were cut from the same cloth, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my take on twin souls.
Okay, so twin soul, do you feel like a twin soul is the same as a twin flame? Or is that different?
I think twin flame is a little bit, I think it's interchangeable. Also, I think that twin souls can be like best friends. I think twin flames kind of go beyond the best friend. It's more
Yeah.
romantic. I mean, you might start maybe at twin soul and then go into twin flame, you know, because I think some of the best relationships are the ones that start as best friends and then go into more of a upper scale romantic relationship. But as I say, they can be interchangeable. It's kind of not a well-defined area. I don't think, and I'm going, who's defining this, you know? I mean, is it Wikipedia?
I know,
But
right?
yeah, so if anybody wants to, I'm not a pro on this by any means.
Yeah, me either.
So
I don't think anybody is really. We just have to go with what we get, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
My experience with a twin flame is that it's one soul that is split into two bodies. And where a soulmate is two souls, it's just two separate souls that just come together. But for me, it's the twin flame is, yeah, it's just one soul that splits into two bodies. And that's why it can be so intense. That's why there's so much mirroring, because it is the same soul. And that's why you always, like, the other person can trigger you. And yeah, it's just constant mirroring. And I feel like that way they're able to help each other grow. You know, it's about empowering each other and to spiritually grow together when you're a twin flame. because I wrote some stuff down where, and another thing is like with a soulmate, people usually feel more balanced when they have a soulmate because that person's not mirroring them. It's not something they have to look at, like they're looking in the mirror and saying, well, I don't need to fix anything over here because they don't have that pull, that fighting where it's more balance, more compassion, but they do have their own separate spiritual things they need to go through, their own paths that they do. Where a twin flame is, you guys feel like you're kind of on the same path, but you're just trying to come at things a little separately. But as you empower each other, it can be very intense. And you can, with a soulmate, you can have many soulmates in a lifetime, but a twin flame is one for life. That's my take.
Yeah. When you say one for life, do you mean one for eternity? I mean, the eternal existence of your soul, or for this life?
I feel it's for this life because, when you leave, and if you choose to be reincarnated again, you can be reincarnated with that same soul, with that same twin flame, or you could be one of those people that come into this world, into the earthly plane, that are never with anybody their whole time that they're here. They never find that true love, as they call it, because that person's not here. I feel with a twin flame, you are going to find that person. You are eventually going to find them, whether you're a child or whether you're in your 70s or 80s, you will come across that person one point in your life because it's destined to be. Where a soulmate is, you can have so many different soulmates in one lifetime. It's not saying that it's not a match, but it'll never be a twin flame because it's not your soul connection. It's not your other half of you. It's just not your split side.
Interesting. Okay. Thank you, Nicole.
Mm-hmm.
Kim, what do you
I
think?
wish I had something interesting to say, educational to say. But what I feel like it is confusing, and there doesn't seem to be one. I mean, like you say, you can't look it up on the Wikipedia so
Right.
much. But I have a friend, for instance, who she has a guide. I would call it a guide. It feels like a twin flame. It feels like it comes from her own soul. This guide. Well, I know all of our guides. I mean, most of our guides do come from our own soul, but they didn't meet each other in this life. But they do kind of know, they're like each other in the family. But it feels like when I meet that guide and I meet my friend, it feels like they are of the same soul. So I don't know. I don't know what that is, honestly. And then you hear people say, well, they're my twin flame, but they've passed on, again, like more like a lover relationship. And they're having a relationship with a person in spirit, but they feel like it's a twin flame. So I don't know. I don't even know how to categorize those.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah. It is a conundrum. And I think that whoever started talking about twin flames, I think it was Doreen Virtue, maybe, may have done a disservice to people because it's because people now are thinking, I believe anyway, that they have to look for that perfect love here on this earth plane. You know what I mean? I have to be able to find that perfect twin flame. When can I find my perfect, my twin flame? Where is he or she? And
Yeah.
so it can, I don't know, you might be missing, oops, you might be missing out on ooh, my feedback. Diane, are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I had to
Can
go
hear
to my
you.
phone. Okay, I think the problem is that I have both of them open, so let me
Yeah,
close it.
because there's a feedback there. So anyway,
Okay.
I do think that it
Yeah.
it makes people, it puts a lot of pressure on
Yeah.
on us to
Yes.
find that perfect
Mhm.
perfect love. You know what I'm talking
Yes.
about?
And then when somebody's in love with somebody in the spirit world, then
Yeah.
they're never going to compare to somebody on earth. I mean,
Hmm.
the person on earth will never match up to that person in the spirit world. So they're
Yeah.
always seeking, always seeking.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah.
we tend to put labels on things, and I mean, because we have so much love all around us, and we're all connected anyway. And we since we are multidimensional, we have relationships on the other side. We have lives on the other side, whatever we want to call it. You know, um, I know I go there, and so it's a matter of enjoying where we are in this life.
Nice. Well put. Well put, Sharon.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So yeah, I believe soulmates are people like what you were saying, Nicole, along that line that people, or I think that a soulmate can be an animal as
Yes.
well. Yeah.
It can be even be a sibling or somebody in your family can be a
Mm,
soulmate. It
right.
doesn't always, people always feel that it has to be romantic, and it's not always the case.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, we,
Mhm.
I feel personally that my daughter is one of my soulmates because um, what I've learned is that if you have a child or somebody in your family, but mostly a child, if you're a parent sibling, a parent child relationship, and your child looks exactly like you, like a splitting image of you, um, you are soulmates. You have made contracts with each other in previous lives to keep coming back with each other into the next life. And my daughter looks exactly like me. So I know that, we've made these connections in different lives to always be there with each other in different forms, whether like this lifetime I'm mom and she's daughter, or in a lifetime before as soulmates, we were best friends. So we've always made that contract to
Mhm.
always be with each other. And that's one thing I've noticed with a lot of people that are in the parent child relationship. If your child looks exactly like you, spitting image, you've been in previous lifetimes together and you just choose to keep coming together in the next lifetime, and they're soulmates.
Yeah.
You have a soul connection where, those twin flame is, and I believe, I honestly, I agree with you. People put too much emphasis on trying to find a twin flame or a soulmate, and it just is like they look so hard that they overlook the person that is right there that'd be a perfect match for them.
Mm-hmm.
They look for somebody way out there when they've got, Joe Schmo right here that can do everything and compliment them 100% the way they're supposed to be complimented and give them everything, and so worried about the
Yeah.
names associated with it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. One thing you said, Nicole, which made me think of my experience with my childhood when Christ was helping me bring all those memories up. I needed to because they were buried, and in order for me to heal, I needed to bring them up. And I remembered the person from my past who was hurting me and abusing me. And as he helped me get through that, I realized that I had made this agreement with him over lifetimes to help me heal that by uh, being a bad guy in many lifetimes. And when I finally realized that we had made that agreement and I didn't need to, and there wasn't any forgiveness that needed to be had, I felt like he was a really close soulmate for me. You know what I mean? It was a very close relationship that we had.
Mhm.
I felt so much love, and I'm getting, whoo, and I'm feeling it now. So much love from him to be able to do that, to agree to do that lifetime after lifetime, to be a bad guy, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime to help me. So, and then, with when I finally remembered it, he could be released from that low frequency and move on his journey. And it took me a while to realize that he was or is a in the higher planes a very close soul group member. Yeah.
Now, isn't that what they usually call like their karmic, like they're a karmic soulmate? I mean, we all have like, our karmics could be our friends, family, it could be a person that we just meet. That's somebody that's there to teach us a lesson, or for us to, like, they're there to show us something, to send those triggers onto us, or to make us better people by showing us what we need to work on internally. What inner truths do we need to face, to be, to go on our spiritual journey? I feel like when you're saying that, I feel like maybe that individual, that gentleman, is a karmic for you, because he's been in so many lives, showing you, like, this is, I'm going to keep doing the same thing until you went inside and did your shadow work, and you went, inside deep and say, I'm better than this. This is not me. And I'm going to work on this. So once you started working on that, you're able to let that go, because you realize that he's, he was just that karmic person, just to bring that, that, I don't know, I guess, like, I just keep hearing like fuel to fire, just so you would move on and to heal those parts you need to heal, so that way that cord was cut and you could just release it. The cord's cut and you released him.
Yeah, I tore up the agreement. I need to block somebody here. Just 1 second. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was more. It was, to me. It was more than karma, and it was a matter of healing trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't really learning. It was just healing trauma. Um, okay, hopefully that yo-yo won't be back.
Oh yeah. Well, Sharon, but I love what you said about there was no need to forgive.
Yes,
That
there
is
was.
huge. That is
Mhm.
so huge that you realize that you had to come in as an agreement, and then, wow.
It was. Yeah, definitely. There was no need for forgiveness because there was an agreement there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. It's like there's no need for forgive. I don't need to forgive him for anything.
Right.
Yeah, and that's when, I mean, as soon as I felt that love, I mean, I saw him smiling at me in my meditation, because Yeshua guided me to use these meditations, these forgiveness meditations, and in this one where I just saw him with so much love on his face and in his eyes, this, because I would bring him up in my mind, and then this is when I realized, oh my gosh, because I was remembering all the lifetimes too. Oh my gosh, I don't need to forgive him for anything. It's he did what I asked him to.
Yes. I mean, I think this could be so freeing for so many people if we realize that.
Yeah, I write about it in my book. So
Okay.
go get my book. Everybody, if you haven't. Yeah, it's a big deal, definitely.
Can I share something? I think we
Please.
also can have many twin flames, many twin souls in our life. So even like when I was a teenager, there was a hard time I was having, and this guy came in my life, and we just fell like majorly, in love with each other. But we weren't meant to be together, but we were meant to overcome hurdles in our lives and then go our separate ways. So I think in our lives we can have many twin souls, many twin flames, to help us climb our ladder of success in our lives. And I think people come into our lives to help teach us lessons, maturity, growth. And I've been married twice, and so I can tell you I never married a twin flame or a twin soul. But when you don't know that you need to be with someone that complements you, that you're aligned with, then you just go with feelings, and usually feelings don't last. At least I found that. So I don't know what you guys think, but I really think that people need to understand that to have a really good connection with someone, I really do believe you have to be best friends and then move forward into a stronger connection with them. Just not to meet someone and then, you know, all these feelings come into play. You get married and then you're going, oh, what did I do? You know? And so I don't know. What do you guys think?
Maybe multiple soulmates, but there's only one twin flame.
Absolutely. And it depends upon what dimension level you became a twin soul. Mine, I have one, and I knew right away. I was at a camp out with my teacher, and he was talking about twin souls, and we were sitting right next to each other. I mean, right there. And we just looked at each other and we said, yeah, we are. The thing is that what happens when mother one and father one, father one created mother one. Mother one created father two created mother one. I don't know if you can
It's
see that or not.
backwards.
Oh, how's that?
Yeah.
It's the truth particum. And when the truth particum comes down in dimension, then you start creating something that looks like this, but you can't see it. What this is me and my twin soul, Ella. We we were on level 14 when we split. I have a girlfriend who split when she was on level 15. It depends. And what my teacher said is if we did not split on those levels, we would have come back during this lifetime or some other lifetimes and we would have been Siamese
Wow.
twins. That's what happens. But what happens is that truth particum split into two. This is Athena and Ligeia. They split on level 15. I split on level 14. Now, both of us are positive because a negative created us. A negative always creates a positive, positive just like electricity. This is a negative creating a positive. It's Artemis and Apollo. They are twin souls. Artemis is a positive and Apollo is a negative, but it's split. It's the truth particum that's split in half. The thing is that you are, and because when I went to class, I realized that Ella is entirely different than me. I mean, we look alike. But what happened is that during her lifetime, she kind of became crazy. And I was in class one time and my teacher said, "What's wrong?" He said, and I never said anything. I just looked at him. And he said, "You're worried that you're like Ella." And I said, "Yes." And he said, "No, you are two individuals. You have created something else as well. That is a twin soul." Now, we don't know if you can become a twin soul again. We never got to that, but I know that you can't um, exist without the other somewhere. So in our lifetimes, we have always either been on a bus together, in a war together, or something, just to meet because our souls are attracted to each other. That is the twin soul. Now, as far as soulmates go, my teacher said, and I didn't get this for a long time, find a soulmate that will challenge you. And I didn't get it because I thought, well, why would I want to do that? Well, what I understood was, it's taken me many years to figure this out. The challenge is to find the person that's going to love you enough that they were going to propel you into letting you do what you need to do to move forward. That's the challenge. It took me a long time to figure that out. And that is a soulmate mate. But a soulmate can also be very challenging if the love isn't there. At one point in time, I met this person at a camp at a, the commune. He was attracted to me right away. I was like, ho hum. Well, we kept in touch. The commune broke up. He went back to LA and I came to Oregon. But he still kept in touch. And I was, he came up, no, he took me down to Long Beach several times, but then he ended up in Oregon. And we were meditating and I saw the most beautiful Indian I have ever seen in my entire life. And I love that man so much. I had never had a love like that. It was beautiful. And what we did and created was wonderful. But we could not recreate that love again. This time our souls recognized each other, but we couldn't make it happen. Because that was another lifetime. It was something obviously we had to learn.
I have a question, and this is for everybody here and anybody that can answer it, but or even you, Diane. What is your take on people that are doppelgangers? Would you
They're what?
consider that?
Doppelganger?
Yeah, like we all have a twin, here on the earthly plane. I've seen mine when I lived in New York. And I had other people say, I just saw you. And I'm like, you didn't just see me. And they're like, and then I end up seeing the girl and we looked exactly alike. So would that be like a twin soul, Diane?
No, what that is your tree of life. You have a tree of life and you have many branches and they stem from that. And you have created several branches and off and off and off and off. And in order to ascend, you have to get them all together as one and shoot yourself up through the Kundalini. But that's what that
Yeah,
is.
that's just interesting.
But Nicole, I do know who your twin soul is.
Want to share?
Wow. That's a loaded one, Diane.
Right?
But I trust her.
No, I
trust
know
her.
who it is. It's Holly.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Have you noticed how I keep calling you Holly?
No, honestly, I haven't.
Yeah, that hit me right away.
Interesting. All right, well, thank you for that info.
I think I kind of feel a doppelganger is another aspect of us, right? A soul aspect, perhaps, because I get that a lot where people say, I just saw you over here, or I saw you back there, or something like that. I get that a lot. And I believe, okay, this is my take on it. I believe that we have soul streams, you know what I mean? That we incarnate with. I believe that our soul group, our oversoul, has many aspects of us, okay? And we have other parts of us running around that may be somewhat different than us, but is kind of like a doppelganger, but it's looks like us, maybe living a sort of a parallel life, but still there's some differences there. Does that make sense? Because I've come across people that look like me, have almost practically a whole parallel life to mine, but there's some differences. To me, that's kind of like a doppelganger in more than one. I don't consider it a twin soul. I consider it a aspect of a soul group that comes to this where we're aspects of one soul stream that have come here, agreed to come here and split off and uh, bring our light, our soul um, onto the planet. Does that make sense? Because we're all very high vibrational beings, all of us are.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a tree of life with a lot of branches.
Right. And so that's kind of what I see a doppelganger. I know that there's a lot of weird information about doppelgangers and that they're kind of looked at as a negative thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I see it as just someone who's in your soul stream or tree of or your branches on the tree. Someone who is in your tight group that's part of your soul,
Yeah.
higher soul aspect. I love talking about this stuff. It's just it's so amazing.
I was just curious because I've had it happen to me, and I've seen other people. I'm like, I could have sworn I just saw that person, and then
Yeah.
realizing they look alike. But I've seen that in a lot of celebrities. Like you can look at one celebrity, and then you see another one, and you're like, wait a minute, they look like they're sisters or brothers, like because everybody looks, very similar. And I was just curious if that was on that twin
Oh,
thing, or,
they're
but
probably
yeah,
clones.
the tree of life, the
Those are
branches, interesting.
clones.
Yeah, it's interesting though. It's crazy how much a lot of them look alike.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, Sharon, I wonder if you sometimes, because I think you would have this ability to bilocate. And so, I mean, you've heard of people praying, and then your friend around the world says, well, you were just here, weren't you? And
Yeah.
you were just praying for them, and they say, well, you were just here. And you were at Portland. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
wonder if that's happening to you.
I kind of feel like it happens to a lot of us, especially people that are in this high frequency that we do. People tell me all the time, you came to me in a dream last night or something like that, and I mean I don't even
Yes.
know the person, and yeah, I get that quite a bit. So I believe that we all have that ability, and especially when we're accessing higher frequencies and working with people in these higher frequencies, that we do that. Yeah.
That I agree. And also, maybe, and I just thought about this as everybody's talking, maybe also the time shifts all the time.
Yeah.
So, um, you could have been meditating or praying or something, and the person does see you, but it's in a different time wave.
Timeline.
Yeah. I mean, it was just a thought. I just thought I'd throw that out and see if anybody thought about it.
Interesting.
Because I don't know. It was just a thought.
Yeah. We are multidimensional, right? So any thought or any action that we creates another timeline.
Yeah, and
Where
where do you go
where if
from
we
there? I
just
I, I get it.
uh-huh.
Yeah, where do you go from there?
Right.
I mean, it's there because there's so many aspects
Mm-hmm.
that you could think of this. Because I have seen, like, I know my brother is Brett Bear, and my brother is been deceased for many years, but he looks exactly like him. And I realized when the first time I saw him, I went, "Wow, that's my brother's other branch uh, of his tree."
Sorry. I don't care for him. But
Well,
Yeah.
and that
It's,
that doesn't matter
I know. I'm just
because
kidding.
that's his aspect. That's another branch. But I'm sure he may have another one in China. He could have another one, in Australia. But that's
Right.
that's
I
that's
know. And
the
I
learning experience that he wanted.
right. I agree with that. I think that we do have aspects of our oversoul, of our higher soul. And when someone, and this is what I've learned, and they talk about this in Journey of Souls. And if anyone's read Journey of Souls, which is, you know,
Hmm.
basic
That's a good.
metaphysics 101, right? Uh,
Yeah.
that the more the more of your full soul energy you bring down onto the planet, the more you can buy or you can put into different bodies, basically, because we have an immense uh, amount of energy of light in our oversoul, which is our higher self. So we can choose to bring a lot of energy into different bodies from our oversoul. And if we choose our bodies on the other side. So if we want to choose similar bodies so we can find each other, why not? Right? Makes
And the other
sense.
thing is that it's all about experience and learning and helping others learn.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So I wanted to learn to be a, a carpenter or a fisherman somewhere in Southeast Asia. And only because maybe a certain aspect of my family wanted the same experience, so they're there too. I mean, there's that aspect too, because we always reincarnate in your the same family.
Well, yeah, and it would make sense why there's so many more people on the planet now than used to be, because we are reincarnating in more and more soul aspects onto the planet to to lift up the frequency. So back to love. Let's talk about love and relationships. I muted you, Nicole. It was yeah. So let's go around the room and ask what the ladies here, what you consider to be a healthy relationship, when if you think you found the one. Still looking. No.
What? Well, I do have to say, you talked about Doreen Virtue, and this card just came out of the deck, and it's Guinevere. It's called True Love. The romantic stirs in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you.
Nice. Is that the goddess deck?
It is,
I love
yes.
that deck.
And
Yeah,
I don't have love cards, and it's so funny. The one love card I had came out of the deck.
of course.
So yes, so true love.
Yes, Michael, totally. I agree with that. That's because whenever there's an action of going forth two by two as twin flames, one is the bearer of the alpha flame, the other of the omega, forming a circle of light that cannot be penetrated. I love that. This is your twin, right, Robin?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Uh, when there's some prints out there of a twin flame, and it shows the blue flame and the orange flame together, forming a circle together. And I had a meditation experience, which I write about in my book, where I saw a blue flame just as clear as day. I was really, really deep. And I thought that was interesting that I saw that and I felt like I was working with twin flame energy at that time. Um, I thought that was interesting that I was seeing these depictions of a twin flame that was blue and orange. Yeah, I hadn't seen that before I saw that blue flame, and it was just the most gorgeous flame, beautiful blue flame.
Mhm.
So, Alpha and Omega, definitely. Which, like what I was talking about earlier, I feel is what was what God thought, source, whatever you want to call it, thought of when we came down into frequency as the twin rays, Alpha and Omega. I guess totally Alpha and Omega first came into duality. I don't know what the word is for, but dropped down in frequency and chose duality.
Mhm.
Source chose for us. Yeah, healthy relationship when we respect each other, unconditional, which is hard to find on the earth plane, but
Communication. That's huge.
communication. Hmm.
Huge.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
allowing the other one to grow, um, but
Mhm.
growing together, but still allowing each other to grow how they need to grow, and then coming together.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So you have that balance, that duality between the two of you.
Yeah.
friends wanting to spend
Yep.
time together, laughing together, same sense of humor.
Mhm.
Got it. That for me, that's number one,
Mhm.
pretty much. And of course, you're compatible and
Other realms,
yeah,
other aspects. Yes.
got to be compatible.
That's important.
That's important.
I like mine. I'm water. My husband's fire. So, you know, we definitely have that balance of both the water and the fire. So,
Yeah, yeah. There you go.
I feel
Yes.
like it would be important to have similar goals or in service, to feel like you're in service in a similar way.
Mhm.
Whether you're in service to your children or whether you're in service to the community or whether you have that kind of a goal together, I think that would be important. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's not everything, but you have something that you do that you feel bonded with a higher purpose.
Yeah, your ideals are similar, and your growth
yeah,
that is similar
definitely.
Hmm.
Support is
on the
huge
same
too.
yeah on the same path
Yeah,
that way.
yeah. Supporting each other
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
and lifting each other up.
Yeah.
Because what I've just experienced is that sometimes you can't always be 100%. You can't always bring 100% to the table. So for me, it's like I can only bring 70% today. So he brings that other 30%. You know, just does it that way. We're always complimenting each other, but because there are days when as couples that that nobody's going to be on the same wavelength, whether they have a bad day or good day. One might be able to bring 150, and the other person can only bring 50%, as long as they know and they can help lift the other one up. Just kind of like take over.
Yeah.
I think it's teamwork too.
Hmm.
If you kind of think about that, I mean, you got to balance the scales and you're on the same side basically. You're not against each other. And I think a lot of it's just teamwork and just to use your intelligence and I think too, I think this one's huge is when you have two people and you're vulnerable together. You share your most intimate vulnerabilities together and you never use that against each other.
Yes,
And
that's beautiful.
if you ever lose the trust
Yeah.
of that vulnerability, it's hard to regain that back.
Yep.
Yeah. Trust is big.
Mhm.
Yep.
That's huge.
Yeah.
I think that loving yourself unconditionally is a big help because you cannot get past yourself to love another person unconditionally
Mhm.
if you don't have that inside love yourself. Because if you're constantly at war with yourself, saying, I can't do this, blah, 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 um, it really hurts the other person because there's no way they can communicate with you. They'll try, but if the person that you're with is um, not loving themselves, not having a grasp of themselves, but you do, there's going to be a real problem because one person cannot hold up the other person in the entire
all the time.
marriage.
Yeah.
It's too hard on the person who is loving themselves and trying to move forward in life.
Yeah, and that's where a lot of women, uh, are kind of saviors.
Yes.
I
Yes.
had that pattern.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I'm a shoulda,
Yeah.
coulda, woulda, if it would have been, Uh, and that I had to learn that because I realized that what I wanted to do was fix the person.
Mhm.
I'm a fixer, and that hit me like a ton of bricks when I decided that it was not what I needed to do in life. Who I had to fix was me.
Yeah. Well, there's
Right.
a really good book out there called Codependency Don't Know More. And once you read that book, you will change how you think of relationships and yourself. So, because a lot of us are codependent, and it's not very good structure foundation to rely
Totally.
relationships
Yeah.
on.
I'm
There's an there's
codependent.
an
I
there's
am
an
Go ahead.
really?
I'm codependent on Jesus.
Oh,
Well,
well, good for
that's
you.
different. That's okay.
I can't live without him.
You can be codependent on
Yeah.
Christ.
The
I'm
Yes.
That
the
was a
codependent.
thing
giver.
is I have a niece that is in love with this guy. She's really codependent. And so there's a book called Women Who Love Too Much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for a year, I barraged her with books. Every 2 weeks, I sent it to her from Abe Books. I mean, you could buy a book for $2, right? Free shipping. Every 2 weeks, she didn't know who it was because they come from all over the U.S. And I was trying to tell her, you are worth it. Why are you with this jerk? She's still with him, but
Oh,
and there's nothing I
but
can do.
this life is fleeting, and the way I see it is, uh, our soul is infinite. We are infinite beings, and if she's with someone and we are with someone or whoever, that might be your path, and we don't understand it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So
I had
everyone's
to
on their
take
own
a
journey.
step back because what has happened is she is now an alcoholic.
Hmm.
And the last time I saw her, she grabbed me and started crying. And she said, I don't know what to do. And I said, you have not hit rock bottom yet. That is a toxic relationship.
Yeah, and some people have to in order, but that's their journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Diane.
realize that. And that's why I can't become involved with it anymore. I mean,
Yeah.
I tried with barraging her with all these books, thinking
Right.
that maybe she would get the message and she wouldn't realize that it was me.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Some people have to be hit over the head or run over, by a trailer in order
Yeah.
to get the message. Get
A
over.
lot can happen too from, how we grow up and what we learned from our parents. Like, my mom was an overgiver, and I became one that just gave, and gave, and just let people take. And I had to learn when the older I got that, I need to stop giving so much of myself and just learn to just allow people to give to me. And because I was just one that just overgave, overshared, overgave too much. And by doing that, I'm giving away my power, and I kept giving away my energy. And, people were just taking it. And I just kept giving. So I had to learn to take a step back and allow people to give to me and allow me give me the opportunity to receive.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know that's big too, is
Yeah, you're a
what we
giver. I'm a
learn.
fixer. The thing is that what we needed to do was
Stop.
realize that we were worth it to love ourselves unconditionally for who we
Yeah.
are,
Yeah.
and realize that we are okay just the way we are.
Yeah.
It was a real hard lesson for me to learn.
Yeah, because I always felt like I needed to buy people stuff all the time just to show them that I love them, you know? And then because that's what my mom does. Even to this day, she's 80 and she still does that. She still buys for everybody everything. And that, took me some time to realize that that's what I was always doing for my kids, for my husband, any relationship I was in, just over giving, constantly buying. And I'm like, why am I doing this? Why do I have to, it's like, why am I giving gifts just to prove I love them?
Yeah.
So kind of bottom line, I think what we're talking about here is that in order for us to basically have a healthy relationship, we have to have a healthy relationship with ourselves.
Ourselves.
We need to
Yep.
heal
Absolutely.
we need to heal what gets in the way of having a healthy relationship, because it's all within us anyway. If we don't have a healthy relationship with ourselves, because that's all that matters, is because we're with ourselves all the time, can't get away from ourselves, then we attract what we have going on, and that's not good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I attracted people that needed to be fixed.
Sharon, I'm going to move on. I got up really, really early and I had a
Yes.
massage. I'm about to fall asleep.
Yes,
So-
you're in Texas too, so you're a couple hours later.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I
Thank
had
you.
a
So good to
massage.
see you, Kim.
It made me so relaxed. So thank you. And I'm going to watch you online.
Okay. All right.
In my pajamas.
We're going to do some readings. Okay. Bye,
Okay,
Kim.
thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, Sharon, because I remember hearing that if you can't love yourself 100%, how are you expecting to love somebody else 100%?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what we're doing is just trying to fill a void, and that doesn't do any good at all.
No.
It's
No.
not only is it not fair to us, but it's not fair to the other person,
It's also not fair to the planet, because we are the planet. Everything of the planet is us, and we are the planet. So if we can't fix ourselves, we can't really fix this planet.
It's true.
And
So if
sometimes
we love, go ahead.
we have to think outside ourselves. Sometimes everybody is so me that I really do feel that sometimes we have to do service. We have to do things outside ourselves, like Mother Gaia, hiking out in the wilderness. You need to come to some sort of balance in your life to, I think, and have quiet time to listen to your thoughts and listen to who you are. And then when you are in relationships, you need to still have that quiet time to listen and see if it's correct. If this relationship is making you a better person or if it's taking you away from who you are. And because sometimes you can be grounded and know who you are, and this person can start drawing you away from who you are. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
Totally.
yeah, because you will begin to lose yourself.
Yeah. So you have to be careful. You have to be careful who you bring into your life.
Yeah, that was a fixer in me. I lost myself fixing them, and I realized I didn't have any of me anymore.
Yeah.
But you got smart.
I did, but it took a long time. I was really stupid for a long time.
No,
Oh,
I'm not stupid.
security, you know.
Not stupid.
Oh
No, some of
yeah.
us, I'm a slow learner too. So, I've been here for a lot of lifetimes. Let me tell you.
Yeah, me too. Thousands. I have
Same here.
chains around my wrist.
That's why I wear bracelets.
Every lifetime is
Right.
a chain.
So let's see. Michael said something here. Earth is a schoolroom. Everyone has their own lessons, and they're all different. So
Yes.
true. Definitely.
Yep.
I kind of think we're just remembering who we are, and experience. We all have our different experiences and our different ways of remembering, learning things, remembering who we really are, and what we agreed to experience in our lives. And then we're
Yeah.
like, oh, that light bulb moment goes off, and like, oh yeah, I remember now. I was supposed to do this.
Mhm.
And you were supposed to help me with this, and I was supposed to help you with this. And here we
Yes.
are,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, I was playing baseball, but I was in the wrong baseball field. I was playing the game and all of a sudden, hey, I'm in the wrong field.
So you weren't in the one where they said build it and they will come,
No.
or in the wrong
They did.
field.
They didn't come.
They didn't come.
You're stuck in the sandlot.
I know,
Oh yeah.
We'll
Playing with the
help, we'll help
blocks.
you get out of that baseball field.
right?
Yeah.
You got to go
Yeah.
to the field of dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Join us in the field of dreams. There we go.
Yes.
Well, and it's interesting because every time a relationship would end, I had these dreams that I was killing the guy in every room in the house. It was, and I
Wow.
knew right then, oh, this relationship is going to end. Well, yeah, you think I'm killing him in every room of the house, and it's like a 5-story house. Okay, I get it. That happened to me 3 times.
Wow. You might need to say
Well,
some prayers over you.
it sounds no dreams are not literal. They're
No, I knew, but what
No
I
stress.
realized, the very first one, I realized they're trying to get me to realize that this relationship is over and I'm okay with it. So you need to move on. And this is how I was doing it in the etheric. I was getting myself over what was happening in my life because I would, when I was married, that's what happened. And then I went with 2 other guys about 3 years apart. I didn't live with them except for one, but I killed them in every single room. And every time that happened, I knew that relationship was about to end. And that's how the universe was telling me. God said, "We are going to help you get over this so that you are not devastated."
I've had dreams where they're kind of violent, where I'm beating someone up or trying to kill somebody or something like that, and it's usually a male. and I ask and I ask
That's a good one.
and I always ask my guys, my help, my peeps, my guide on the other side, because I always interpret my dreams when I write them down in my journal. What is this? And I always get that it's repressed anger. So I was
Yeah,
not
you were.
not
Yeah.
expressing at at the time in the situation
Hmm.
the anger that I was holding on. I was holding on to anger.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I believe the universe tries to help us with every turn, symbols, signs, everything, but we are just, oblivious,
It's our higher
living our
self.
lives.
That's why it's
Yeah.
so important to listen to our dreams, to understand our dreams and interpret our dreams, is because our higher self, if we're not listening in our outer world, if we're not listening to guidance in this world, our higher self is constantly giving us messages to help us. and we already know. We just choose to ignore usually. But
Well, and I think dreams can be a release, like what you guys are doing. It's a release. You're
Hmm?
doing so. It's a release of your stress. It's a release of
I was
emotions. Release
I was
because I
releasing my anger.
yeah, and when I
Yeah.
was married, I always dreamed that my husband would get killed in a car wreck, and the reason I dreamt that is because that's the only way I felt I could get out of it is if he passed away. And
Oh,
so
yeah. See,
yeah,
mine
so
is same
that
thing.
was, and I was 20 at that time, and so I think it just comes, you know, as an emotional release.
So we
Yeah.
go from lovey-dovey to
So,
killing.
Well,
sorry,
but the
sorry.
Taking
thing
them all out.
is,
Now you know
the
how
thing
women really
is
feel.
that's what brought us to here.
Okay.
The
Unconditional.
things women do for love.
To learn how to love ourselves. And we had to go through that in order to be who we are today. It doesn't mean that that learning is going to stop. It's just that we have moved forward and we are learning to love ourselves in order to love the rest of our families and, um, or some tolerating of some family members, but
All right. Who wants a
that's,
reading? Who? Anybody want a reading? The love reading. We
Yes,
got some love cards here.
I don't have any cards.
Huh?
I think that's why they made
I
that
only have
that
angel
that
cards.
show Why Women Kill. And it was all about love, the things that would happen during the love.
Oh, really? The women kill for love?
Oh yeah, Why Women Kill always has to do with man and love.
Wow. I didn't. Yeah. I
All the
didn't
oh,
know
men are
that.
going to be
that's
exiting here pretty
the
soon.
Black Widow.
Yeah,
I didn't think women did that much. Huh. Okay.
it's because they
No,
poison, so you don't hear about it.
we'll never get a date again.
I,
I ain't got to worry about it.
Yeah, I know. Thanks a
Diane's
lot.
married. Sharon's already got a man.
I got a man. Yep.
We're good.
Okay. Well, I have a cat.
And you got Michael.
Yeah, he's my
Okay.
friend.
Okay. Do we scare everybody off? Nobody wants to read.
Yeah, I think everybody's
We
gone.
scare
Yeah, like
Y-
usually Christine would like a reading.
Okay,
There
Christine,
she
there
is.
we go. I'll take it.
Yeah, see, I can't see the chat because I'm on the phone, but
All right. Well,
I knew
we'll,
that Christine was here.
we'll keep you updated. Don't worry about it. We got it. We got it all under control, Diane.
Great, because I don't.
All right, Nicole, you want to go first? You got your love cards.
Sure. Is there, hi Christine, is there anything in particular that you want to know in pertaining to the love oracle? Or you just want a
Oh,
general?
we must not see her. The rest of her message. She says, "I'll take a reading about," but then the rest. There must be a lag, obviously.
Well, maybe it was she just wanted about. You know what I mean?
About love?
About anything.
About her life moving forward with love, without
Let's
love?
let's give it a second and see.
All right.
So, Diane, I actually drew a card for you. I'm giving you this card,
Cool.
Diane. This came out of the deck. It's Aphrodite.
Oh, cool. She's the
Aphrodite.
moon goddess.
It says inner
Diana.
goddess. And it says, awaken the goddess within you through dance, self care, and appreciating your divinity. No more
Well,
killing
thank
men.
you.
No more killing men in dreams.
Thank you so much. And
There you go.
by the way, Robin,
Oh, I love you, Diane. That's my
I have
favorite
to tell
thing.
you, I realized that night it's
Yeah.
called a kapar. And I don't know how to spell it. And Sharon and I tried to figure it out, and we don't know.
Oh, okay.
But they told me it was a kapar. I just never use it except for when we, have a weather problem.
Anything else for Christine?
Okay, so Nicole's giving Christina a reading. She says she'll take a
Okay.
reading about love. There we go.
The card that flipped out is the title of it is Boundaries. You need to teach people how to treat you by being clear on what you will or won't allow. It probably comes in backwards, right? Because I don't know how to do the mirror thing.
Can't really. Yeah, I think so. It's hard to see.
But yeah, you need to teach people how to treat you by being clear on what you will or won't allow.
What was the name of it?
This is the Love Oracle.
No, the card. What
Oh,
was the card?
Boundaries.
Oh, okay. And what number
Boundaries.
is it? What number
There
is it?
is no number.
Oh,
A lot of
cool.
oracles don't have numbers, I've noticed.
That's better.
Yeah. The boundaries. I also heard that you already have like a set of parameters that you already have set forth. And I just heard, don't waver those for anybody. Like you already know. Because I was getting a feeling like you feel like you maybe should just like tweak something or just allow something different to come through. And I'm just being told that no, stick with the parameters that you have set forth because that is for your highest good. Does that apply to my cats?
Yeah, Christine.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, Christine. You've got some nice cats.
And it says you have past lives came out with it. And it says you have known this person before. It is a soulmate from a past lifetime. Now, what we're doing today, and then I'm gonna get the past lives card for Christine. Yes, Nicole, strict rule. Yeah. So it says you've known this person before. It is a soulmate from a past lifetime. I also got work, so I feel like you know this guy from work. Like when I was sitting here reading this, instantly I got the word work. So it's somebody that you know or you deal with that is at work.
Okay.
Alrighty. I'll just leave it there.
All right. Boundaries.
It's a good one.
Yeah, I felt the same. I felt the same way, Christine. Nobody at work, just not good.
Never good.
Christine, I'm going to pull one for you too. Okay. With romance and love. What's up for Christine? What else is up for Christine? Romance and love. And there's one that's sticking out here. All right. It is dressing up. Oh shoot! Let me mirror here. It's
It
backwards.
is really pretty though. But yeah, but Christine's got the most beautiful hair anyway. That's kind of her card.
There we go. Dressing up. Oh, this way. This way. No,
This
pretty.
way. This way.
An opportunity to dress up and party. Fun times ahead.
There you go. That sounds good.
Let your hair down.
Yeah. There you go, Christine. Party time. Time to dress up. Your soulmate is a friend you've known for 10 years. Not through work, though. Well, then go out and party it up. Dress up. Party it up with your soulmate.
Funny.
Yeah, that's pretty. Do you want to pull a card for Christine, Robin?
Yeah. Actually, I did one. So I don't
Okay.
know if she's an environmentalist. I don't have love cards, so this one is more of the life purpose card with Doreen Virtue. Um, you are an earth angel who is born to protect, nurture, and teach about nature and the animals. So it sounds like you're a down to earth person. You're a naturalist. I think you're a realist also. And 10 years is a long time to know someone. Are you guys going to progress any further as soulmates? Because it might be time, if you feel it, it might be time to maybe discover each other in a different way. And the work thing,
That maybe she needs to put work into it.
or there's someone at work that might be interested in her that she
Hmm.
doesn't know about. So that there could be something in play on that work subject too. But I think you should go into some real good self discovery and look into
Party
that.
down.
Right?
Yeah.
Put that dress on, put those shoes on,
I know
do
if
your
you
hair,
Party
put
and go
dress
now.
on, that
out.
guy's gonna notice you.
She
Work a
says
little
we
bit
were a
better.
couple, but we make much
Better
better
friends.
friends.
Okay, well
Yeah,
if you're
that
good with that,
happens.
then stay with that.
Yeah.
Christine, what is your major? I have never asked you that before.
Major?
Yeah, she's in school at Corvallis.
Mm.
Oh, Corvallis.
I keep getting science.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
what.
study card. I'd study.
Yeah, yeah.
Major
She's.
education.
I just.
Is
Yeah.
it science?
I think it's nature, something to do with you.
Oh, the environment.
Yeah. And I can't see the chat.
Also got you're on the right path. Love is a journey, and you are on the right path for you.
Nice.
Yeah. I just pulled that. Whatever you're doing, you're on the right path.
Not that kind of school. Oh,
Mediumship
mediumship.
development. Yeah, I didn't think she was going to college. She's
That is a
Okay.
science.
taking a course in mediumship development.
Yep, that
I
is a science.
I pulled the shapeshifter. Look at that one.
Wow.
She's got a gold necklace, her hair up. Of course, your hair is beautiful, gorgeous blonde. Okay, so you're down there studying mediumship?
No, she's online.
I
Online. She
know.
lives in Corvallis.
I know, but she was up here.
No, she's always lived in Corvallis.
Oh, okay. I
It's
don't
all
know
about
how I
you
got
tonight,
that.
Christine.
And I think in our society too, that people try too hard to have relationships.
Yeah,
They need to have it be more natural, come to you,
right.
and stop looking so hard. And when people have a whole list of what they want in a person, that is really self defeating, I feel. Just throw that list away and go with it, you know? And I meet so many people that have a list of what, and then they start checking things off, what they want. And oh, this guy has this, but no, not this. Well, but he's such a nice guy and he gives everything to you, and I don't know. I just think
But he
people
doesn't
stop.
have green eyes, so it doesn't count. He doesn't have green eyes.
You're so funny.
And he's not 6 feet.
And just
Is anybody ever seen Emily in Paris?
I think
It's
so, but I don't remember it.
it's a Netflix show, and she goes to Paris, and she's like a fish out of water, and she meets every guy in the world. And she thinks that they're all her boyfriends. She has a relationship for 3 months and then moves on. I mean, that was me. Of course, I never went to Paris and worked at Paris. I should say she's a designer, and now she's moved on. She's now going to be an Emily in Italy, so she's probably going to have more relationships.
She needs to read Eat, Love, and Pray.
Yeah, and end up in Bali.
Are you talking about Christine?
No,
No, she's
no,
talking
no,
about
no.
a show.
No, we're just talking. No.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm just thinking we were talking about women in relationships.
Oh,
And
Unless you're a millennial Gen Z, they have no lists and they don't want to even be in relationships. If you're 35 and above, those are the people that are being very picky and are looking for stuff. But if you're under 35, they don't care. They just love being single and doing whatever they want to do.
yeah, that's kind of
They're all
what.
about themselves anyways. So
Yeah, that's Emily. I mean, seriously, that's
seriously, they
Emily in
are.
Paris. She is just, it's all about her. It's really hysterical. And she is always got the best clothes. Every time you see her, she's got these wonderful outfits that she has herself designed. Some of them are real crazy, but she's just living life.
You
And
know, if we're going to talk about crazy outfits and loving them, I really love the show Elsbeth, and I love the outfits
oh
that they
yeah.
dress her up in. I was
Did you
online
see?
looking
Yeah,
for them.
this last one was really funny.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have ever checked it out, but she is a quirky, funny, was an attorney. Now she works for like a police department, but they dress her up in the most unique, bright, fun clothes. And yeah, I'm just falling in love with her outfits. Just falling in love with them. They're bright
no,
and out there, vibrant.
yeah. All right. So, have we talked about love enough?
Yes.
And falling out of love, falling in love, falling out of love. What what it feels like when you fall out of love and you start dreaming about killing your partner, and
Yeah.
that means you may have fallen out of love. Okay, that's a sign.
It's
Right?
a move on sign. Yes, move on
So
sign.
It's a
I
sign.
wanted. We're gonna give Michael a reading. I don't know if he's
Oh,
on here anymore, but let's give him a reading.
of course.
So
Okay.
this came out, Michael, if you're still listening, is called The Green Terra, and it's start delegating. Ask others, including me, to help you instead of trying to do everything yourself.
Mm.
Not sure. I usually ask him to do
Including
everything.
me.
It says including me right on there. But I'm usually the delegator and he helps me. So if anybody else wants to draw a card for Michael, go for it because I think that'd be great.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Is there anyone else want a card too on the screen? We could draw a card for the collective, the divine feminine as well. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll draw it. I just drew a card for Michael.
Okay. I'm going to text him, make sure he's.
It's connection. Love is the bridge, connecting souls. Cherish those connections.
Interesting.
Yeah. Which sounds like it's confirming what he already has.
Wow, cool. I got one that goes along with yours. It's an
Yeah.
empath. It's an empath.
Is that?
Nice.
He's an empath, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too much so.
Yep.
Mhm.
And 3 fell out of my deck. I've got balance, harmony, and manifestation. And balance says harmonizes energies within yourself, achieving equilibrium and inner peace. And then harmony says seek balance and unity within yourself and with the world around you, which is kind of funny that all these came out together. And then manifestation, align your thoughts and actions with your desires, attracting success and fulfillment, which, takes balance and harmony in order to do that, to manifest.
Yeah.
So
Very good.
Nice.
backwards. I love the backwards cards. It's all
Sweet.
about the artwork, right?
Yeah, sweet.
The colors, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful. That's really pretty.
Yeah, the
If you go to
energy oracle.
settings, you can take the mirror off. I
Yeah, I
had to
know.
take
I
the
just
mirror
don't like that view, so I choose
off.
this side.
Yeah. I know. I don't like that view either. But it's
Yeah.
We have our
I
good
get
side and we have our bad side.
I get to, so I pulled this for the collective. It's nurture.
Ah,
Going the other way.
Let me see.
Nurture.
yeah.
Oh, let's see what falls.
Nurture your relationships like blooming flowers. They will flourish for the collective.
Hmm.
That's
Good.
really
Nice.
nice. Yeah. Love the one you're with. Remember that song?
Yeah.
Yes. That's what gets you in trouble. Well, he might be in bed.
Sometimes.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. It's been fun. I got to take care of my dog. She just woke up, and I don't want her to fall off the bed because she's losing her eyesight very quickly.
Mhm.
And
Uh-oh.
yeah,
Did you know that they have discovered how to remove cataracts from dogs? That's the latest thing. I thought that was fabulous.
yeah.
Of course, it's probably cost 10,000, but you know.
She's 17. She almost didn't survive the last surgery she went through for her
Yeah,
teeth.
that's
So,
when they're old like that. It's just a trauma on their bodies.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Good to see you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
being here. As
Thank
always, it
you.
was awesome. Much love to everybody. Happy
Yeah.
Valentine's evening.
Here we go.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Heart.
Love you,
Heart.
Christine. Okay.
Okay.
Bye,
So
everyone.
many hearts. Mine aren't right.
Yes.
Too
Bye
late,
bye.
Michael. We're gonna have to rewatch it.